what is mindset?
Well, Arif, let me, before I tell you what mindset is, let me share a small story here. Now,
Yeah, please go ahead.
there was this girl, she was 12 years old, and she had come for a family vacation to Hyderabad, where there was a massive fire accident. She was burned 80%, and she was even amputated one of her arm, not amputated. Now you can imagine in a situation in Indian context where a girl gets burnt 80% and even a hand loses a hand. What the people around talk and how the people, the family of the everybody around sees that. Now this girl, in spite of suffering 80% burns, in spite of losing a hand, she did not allow that incident to influence her or her life. Today, after 16 years, she is a successful business entrepreneur. She runs a family business, and she's a successful mother. And what? So this is mindset. When you have a right mindset, when you have victory mindset, this is the kind of results people get. So the mindset is about belief system. It's all about your internal thing, your attitude towards life, what you hold about the belief that you hold about yourself, about your abilities, about what you can do, and how you perceive the world, the external world. Because this in turn will form your values, and that leads to thoughts. Thoughts lead to emotions, emotions leads to feelings, and feelings lead to certain behavior. And behavior gives you decisions, and decisions gives you actions, and actions results into something. So if this the whole behind the whole of this chain, the mindset. If this is not right, then the whole chain is not right. So typically, if we talk about there are two kinds of people. We usually carry either a growth mindset or a kind of fixed mindset. In a fixed mindset itself, there can be so many other things. But let's just, for the argument's sake, for the discussion's sake, let's keep it to 90% of the people that we have around, we have this fixed mindset. We think that this is our capacity. This is what we can do. This is the job that I can do. And they set limitations to themselves in every sphere of their life. मैं इतना ही पढ़ सकूंगा, मैं इतना ही जॉब कर सकूंगा, मेरा इनकम इतना ही होगा, and this I can't go beyond, I can't become anything beyond a manager, for example, for professionals. Okay, I can't be a winner, I can't be successful, all these things. So because of this, they either stay where they are, or they may even reduce themselves to something insignificant in life. Whereas the other small percentage of people who have a strong belief system about their abilities, about their intelligence, and most importantly, they believe that this is dynamic. Mindset is called dynamic, and it can change. We can improve it. We can grow it, and we can learn with our failures. And they keep applying it, so they become successful in their life. So this is all about mindset. I mean, this is the backbone of everything a person does in life. Everything that a person can achieve, has achieved, or did not achieve. Most important part here is that people should realize that this mindset is called it's dynamic. It's dynamic in nature. It can change. You can change it. You can improve it. You can build it so that your life can change. Because if this doesn't change, nothing will change for you.
That's true, Saeed. And actually, you shocked me with that beginning, the story you just told. And I was in a different zone when we started, and then suddenly you completely shocked me with that story. Uh, but yes, I was listening one of the videos of a renowned speaker, and he said that mindset is everything. Now, if we can go a lot deeper and deeper into mindset, but it sounds very uh, unfortunate that when you said that 90% of the people have fixed mindset. So is there any reason why, or is it just a vague number given? 90% is, it sounds huge. 90% of the people, how can they have fixed mindset?
Because we are conditioned like that. Like I mentioned earlier, one of our, in our talks. Can you imagine a 4-year-old kid? By the time he is 4 years, he is listening to a word called "no" almost 80,000 times. So this is our human system actually, because we tend to see what's wrong more than what's right in everything.
Mm.
For example, uh, uh, I mean, it's an unfortunate thing, but I will share. A couple of weeks ago, my brother-in-law expired, and he expired suddenly. He was working for National Council of Science Museums at a scientist level. Okay. When he was there, I mean, he was workaholic. He was a very active person. He always used to work. We know that he's great at his work and his job, and he has got a lot of accolade. But then we didn't know what exactly he was doing and how he's been admired. Because after his expiry, we are getting messages from so many IS officers and so many higher officials about him, about his abilities, about his inspiring young people, especially new people and students and all these things. So this is how life is. When people are there, when we have things around us, we tend to see what's wrong with it, what's not there, what's shortage. We don't see what's there, what's great about it, and how we can convert that, or how we can make it work. We don't see this either with people or with situation around us. This is human nature by and large. And there are, again, there is only a few small percentage of people who see that, and that's why they are successful.
So is it human nature, or is it the pattern that we have formed in some way? What is it
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
exactly?
We form this pattern because of the experiences that we have, and that because of the our surroundings, about what we listen. Because by the time a child is 10 or 12 years max, you're already conditioned to be something.
Mhm.
Like the old saying goes, I was born intelligent, but the education ruined me. Right? Like, child is a bundle of something. Okay, he has enormous potential, but when we put him into a certain direction and certain routine, so he's been multiple times, maybe thousands of times, he's been told certain things. So by the time he grows up, he's become 10 and 12, 13. His belief system is formed. He thinks, okay, this is my life. This is what I can do. This is what I'm capable of. Because he's not seeing anything beyond that. So we
So
are basically
so
conditioned.
you mean to say that people are conditioned at a very early age, and
Yeah,
then they live their life through that conditioning.
yeah,
So let's say 12, 14 or 15, whatever that number is, they have set pattern by that age, and after that, whatever life they are going to live, whether it is 50 years or 100 years, they are living through that pattern,
yeah, exactly. I mean, they,
right?
they, they pretty much remain in that bracket, unless there is a
So,
conscious effort, unless there is a deliberate and intentional effort.
so thank you, Saeed, for sharing that. So tell me, you were telling about that a mindset can be changed, it can be shifted.
Yes.
So is there any way that one can shift uh, his mindset from fixed to growth?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I'm sure there must be some way.
Yeah, definitely. The very first thing is like, I would quote Stephen Covey here, as he said that you are nothing but an average of 5 people you spend time with. All right. If you are spending time with 5 people who are growth oriented, who constantly seek challenges and pursue higher goals, the chances are in a 6 months time or 1 year time, you are likely to become the sixth. But if you, instead of that, if you spend time with 5 people who are like eaters, they believe in having good biryanis, good food, have good time, spend time with friends, and just that aaj ka and today's day is gone. Or there are, in professional world, I have experienced so many people who come to work and their only objective is how can I spend this 8 to 10 hours here. That's it. Okay. They are not there to contribute. They are not there to learn. They are not there to grow. Their only objective for that day is how can I spend that 8 to 10 hours. Their only objective every month is how this 30 days will go and I'll get the salary. When you have that attitude, and bro, whereas the people who grow, how do you shift the mindset? Is that my mindset is that you associate yourself with people who are growth oriented, and also you make intentional efforts to learn, constantly improve yourself. Because gone are the days, in my father's times, he has done engineering, and after engineering he got a government job, and that's it. That makes their life. That used to make their life. That was good enough for them. But in today's context, it is not. It is not, because world is continuously evolving, and it's evolving at a pace that we have never experienced. It's dramatically changing. What's good today is not there after a couple of years. Like so many jobs are not there which were there 4 5 years ago. So one need to be growth oriented, means one need to continuously learn. One need to be ready to improve, ready to put in efforts, ready to put in their time, money, energy, invest their resources to continuous improvement. That's the key.
That's great, Saeed, and that reminds me of two things. One, which I used to hear a lot when I was working in pharmaceutical industry. So people used to say that this is the task for today or this month. We have not married this company, right? Okay, so the idea was that they wanted to work in proportion to the amount they are getting, right? And if somebody is trying for more, so that means they are trying to get married. So it's and one more thing which you reminded me of is that learning is for life. So when we stop learning, and that comes from investing on ourselves, which is said to be the best investment. Okay, and if so when we learn, it improves it 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 improves in maybe some direction, right? And from there we can learn new skill, learn new things, and then we can again improve a bit, right? And
Yeah,
that's how we can keep on learning and keep on growing.
sure. Because learning opens up new opportunities. It gives you new chances. I mean, it can
True,
make you come across new people, and in everything, in every possible way, it is positive.
true, true. And again, coming back to the culture that we have, people think that schooling and then college or maybe some professional or vocational course, that is the only thing that we need to learn, and after that it will take care of everything for the whole life. There is no need for learning. And because they had not invested anything on themselves personally, who did the investment on them? Their parents. So they don't have this habit of investing on themselves. They can invest on the new brand of phone, the new phone which has just been launched. They can invest on some car, they can invest on TV, they can invest on different things, but they don't invest on themselves. The reason is because they are not habitual. Who has invested on them? their parents. Right. So
And
so
this,
that's about it. Uh, so coming back to the question. So
yeah.
you have this program called the Victory Framework. Now,
Yes.
what is the victory when you call about when you talk about this victory mindset? What is that victory mindset actually?
Well, let me again tell you a story. In
Okay.
recently there were this Paralympics, and in the whole of this, one particular girl really she mesmerized me. Like this girl, her name is Sheetal Devi. Okay, she was born with a rare uh, condition. Okay, because of genetical issue, she's born without arms. A girl born without arms completely. Now, what amazes me is that she grew up, she wanted to pursue sports. Now, not having hands and having everything else okay, especially legs are fine, she could have pursued football, she could have taken running, athletics, she could have taken anything. But you know what she chose? She chose archery. Archery means you need to have both your hands to. You know, I have experience. I tried archery sometime in my life earlier, and that thing is quite heavy, and you need to be really steady and very strong. You need to be to aim and lead. It 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 really needs both strength, your physical strength as well as your mental strength. It's not easy, even though it looks easy on the TV, but it's not. Now just imagine this girl choose to be an archer. She becomes an archer with her legs, and she wins a medal in the Olympic, and she won several Olympic. And she's the youngest. At 17, she has won the medal. So just this is mindset. This is the victory mindset. In spite of not a well, like people say, no, not a chance. You're not going to make it. In that situation, you believing in yourself that yes, I can do, and I not just do, but I will succeed. I will be the best. That's the victory mindset. And this is what differentiates people.
True, true, and such an amazing story that you have brought up. Uh, so somehow I am missing all these sports and games for a couple of years. So I'm not aware of that. But yes, I I feel like spellbound when you were talking about that girl Sheetal, right?
Yeah, Sheetal Devi.
So why, like, when you know uh, like there are some people who can achieve whatever they have decided, and there are people, and as you said, 90% of the people, they are not having fixed mindset, and they are not able to achieve things that they want to achieve. Now, do do they have a want or not? This is my question first. People who are not victorious, do they even have a desire to be victorious or to achieve something in life? Or how is it?
Look, who doesn't want to be successful? Who doesn't want a comfortable life? Who doesn't want to wealth? Who doesn't want good relationship? Who doesn't want to drive a big car? Everybody does. Everybody does. And everybody tries as well.
Hmm.
But difference is, the difference is, the winners, the people with victorious mindset, they do it. First thing is whatever they intend to do, whatever they set out to do, they do it consistently. Like for example, there are a lot of people, they want to have best health, right? They will start with all enthusiasm. They will go in the first day, 5 o'clock, he gets up, he goes for a walk, come back, he's great. Next day he goes. On the third day, I slept late, So today let's miss it. So he misses it. And that day evening, probably he will have a good meal as well. So his diet is gone for a toss. His routine is gone for a toss. So, or in 1 month, maybe there are more misses than he made it. So the consistency is the key. When you're not consistent, you're not going to make it. And the second thing is, most of the people when they set out, when they start something, they are very enthusiastic about it. They start.
Mhm.
But then when they start, they expect results in a jiffy. They say, I start today and tomorrow I want to see a mother. Right? So that's not going to happen. You need to hit the gym every day, at least 5 days a week, and do what it is required to be done. Then over a period of 6 months or 1 year down, you will see a mother. Like for example, you plant a seed. Today you plant a seed and tomorrow you go and see whether there is a fruit. There's not going to be fruit. To live on fruit, there won't be a plant there. Because seeds takes its own time to germinate, become a seedling, become a plant, then become a tree, then it will be a fruit. It has its time frame. So one need to have patience. One need to have that. Then it's all about attitude in life. If you entertain a weaker attitude, if you entertain a shortcut attitudes, then you're not going to be. So that's what differentiates between people who are successful and people not. And last but not the least, most important thing is there is something on alignment. You know, the winners, the people with victory mindset, they're aligned. Like they set out to do something. They have a certain outcome. Then everything else they align with it. Their thoughts, their actions, their speech, their everything they align with it. When this is not aligned, like you say something that you want to do, but your action says something else, then of course results are nowhere.
Yeah. So when you were speaking, it made me realize a few things about myself that, at times I start things, with a lot of enthusiasm, and I do it very consistently with discipline. But then there are times when I miss. For example, missing my exercises, missing my 7 a.m. meetings, missing. So yeah, that happens. So is there a way to go back to that discipline, or is it is okay that okay, thinking that I cannot do it, I just quit? What happens to these people who are having this fixed mindset, or people in general?
Well, this is exactly what I spoke at the beginning, that the mindset is dynamic. It can change, you can change it, you can improve it, you can bring it, you can align it with your outcomes. Okay.
Mhm.
So you set out, you set an outcome and be inspired with it and back it up with the right actions. Keep yourself in the right company. Then you are bound to change your mindset and you're bound to achieve your results.
So when you talk about inspiration or being inspired, it uh, one question is coming to my mind very frequently, that there are a few people who get inspired uh, because of their work. These working professionals, they feel inspired, and then there are some people who are feeling tremendous pressure because of the same work, the same amount of work. Recently one of the uh, person in a pharmaceutical company, and I was a part of that pharmaceutical company some years ago. uh, he had he had just quit his, I would say, his life. All right. And that was very tragic to hear. Now I don't know what happened in his personal life, what happened in his professional life, but what my question is, that why does it happen that some people feel inspired from the same amount of work, and the other group of people, they feel tremendous pressure? What's the difference?
So the number one difference for me is that when you when you do something with a purpose, I mean, there's a strong purpose behind what you're doing. All right. Then you're inspired to do it. But if you're doing something because you're compelled to do, like your boss asked to do it, like you're doing because your parents asked to do it. Because I work with a lot of students, right? And number of times, I mean, majority of the times, when you talk to them, they say they have become XYZ, like engineer or doctor or whatever it is, because their parents want them to. Like I know a case when I was living in Bahrain, I had a neighbor, and they put their son in one of the best British, this Irish medical college, okay, where the fees is something like nearly $50,000 per annum, okay, and this is 5 years course. That means they are shelling out a lot of money, right? That guy, he did his medicine for 3.5 years and he just quit. Now, imagine the amount of financial loss. And financial loss is one thing. What about personal loss to that kid? Because when he was put into the medical college, probably the parents never asked him whether you want to do it, you don't want to do it, you don't. They just put him there because his grandfather was a doctor, his father is a doctor, so he has to be a doctor. This we see a number of times. I mean, so similarly, when like recently I have written a book called The Gap, where it's all about our students who come out of colleges who seek employment, and there is a gap in skill gap and all those. One of the prominent things when I was doing research for the book and when I was writing it, that came up is that majority of the students who take up jobs, they're taking up a job because it's there, because they got it, because somebody referred them to it, because somebody came to their college and picked them for a job. It is not that something that he wants to do in life. It is not something that he likes it or passionate about it. It is just because it is available. He wanted to do a job, he wanted to make earnings, and there is something, he got it and he start doing it. So what happens in this situation is, suppose a student is there and he got out of college and he got into a job which he doesn't like, but he needs it at the time, and he joined. He started earning. No, it's not easy to come out of it. Take a break. To say that, okay, I will stop this and I will pursue my dream. No, it's not easy. Because there is always this financial burdens or there is some demands, okay, which he need to consistently meet. So by the time he realizes that this is not working and he want to come out of it, he will be so deep into it, or he will be so late that it's almost impossible for him to turn back and start something new. You need a really, really strong mindset to do that. So that's where the difference is.
That's true. And when you were telling about that student's story, it reminded me of one of my clients who had a similar experience after after 3.5 years of being in a professional course. He wanted to leave it because there was no motivation to do it, and she found that she didn't like to do it at all, right? And or let's say she was a bit confused. She didn't have clarity, and there was no other option also. There was no clarity if she wanted to leave this. What is the other option that she wanted to pick or choose? Now, when she completed the program, she had a clarity that she wanted to continue the same professional course she was in, and right now she is doing a good job. Uh, you know, trying to not just living up to the expectation of family, but also doing also teaching others, also helping other girls, right? So that's a that can be that can happen when people have that mindset shift. No, so what I understand from your story and what you said was that when people choose something voluntarily by by themselves and they are clear in their mind, they achieve success and they have this push, that inspiration from within. And when something is pushed from outside, they feel it like a burden,
Yes.
and they feel this tremendous pressure. Okay. And in today's world, everybody has targets, whether they are in school, whether they are in college, or whether they are at job, right?
Even
Everywhere there are targets, and targets are daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, right? So there is no uh, getting rid of or moving away from the targets, right? That's the part and parcel of life. So either we choose them voluntarily, okay, or the world will throw towards us some challenge or some target, right? The
yes.
choice is yours.
Yeah, but the thing is, when we choose, when kids choose themselves, or when people choose by themselves, what happens is you are inspired to do it because you choose it. There will be difficult. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be difficulties in however you do it. I mean, either somebody asks me to do something, I do it. There are challenges. I choose to do it. The path is same. There are challenges. But when I am choosing to do it, I see it as part of the game, and I do it. Whereas when somebody asks me to do it, I see it as what the hell he threw me into. Why did he ask me to
True,
do this?
true,
Why should I do this? So that's the, I mean, it has a tremendous impact on your mindset. So in companies also, in the corporate world also, when you have something to achieve yearly, like you set targets, the best way of doing it is that you have an open discussion with your team and show them the overall thing that we need to achieve, and let them choose to do how they want to do and what they want to do, how much they want to do. End of the day, this is the overall result that we need to achieve. When you take that approach, people who have accepted that because they have chosen on their own, they are likely to deliver it better. Because when they work in such a scenario, they'll be doing it more passionately than under pressure.
true. And that's again a mindset issue. Hi, Shiva Kameshwari. And so she tells that clarity is such a gift. Yes, you are right, Shiva. So coming back to you, Saeed, I have seen, uh, and I have worked with people, at every level, and I have seen that people in the top management, they choose their targets, like they own their targets, right? They negotiate and then they receive those targets. So
Yes.
it's like a voluntary action. But what happens down the line is not the same. They thrust those targets on others, and that's where the pressure starts to build. Okay. And at every level, the pressure keeps on increasing. It never decrease,
Yes.
right? Because what happens is the culture, just like the culture flows from top, the pressure flows from top to bottom.
Yes.
And that's why some strategies happen. Now, so coming back to the discussion today, that how TVF, that is the Victory Framework program, helps a person to change that mindset, or help them to become victorious.
Well, to start with, I would say this is a very powerful program that is developed after studying for years and years of corporate experience that we have. The one thing that we have realized and the other thing that we have seen is that the root cause or the basis of all this is your belief system. So the victory framework, it first deals with your belief system. Okay. Because Like, for example, you want to become healthy, right? What is the first thing that you need to do? You need to check what's on your table and remove all those unhealthy things you have been eating. What you eat is, okay, that's a secondary thing that will come later. But first, you need to remove what unhealthy things you have been eating, what unhealthy practices that you have, what unhealthy routine that you have been following. This you need to go from your system. Similarly, in the mind, that we have a belief system, like we were discussing earlier. Some beliefs are formed in us because of the experiences we had from childhood. So there are some good, there are some wrong, there are some bad, there are some deficient ones. So we need to look at those things and clean it up. So that's the first thing the civic shift work will deal with. Okay. Once you have cleared your mind, did the cleaning up, put the right things in place, then you need to know where you're going. You need to be very clear about where you're going. Okay. I tell you one experience. I mean, it's a very close experience. A boy in his 10th, okay, he decides that I will do engineering, I will do chemical engineering, I will go to NIT, and I will go only to NIT Wanga. This is talking about in 10th. Okay. Left to him without any pressure. Okay, you want to do that, do it. Like we were talking before, what you choose to do, right? Since he said that he wanted to do it, I said, okay, go ahead, do it. And he did exactly the same. Okay, he had, I mean, with his course, he had opportunity to do so many other things. And every call in his school, all his teachers, everybody told him, no, you should do IT, you should do computer engineering, you should do robotics, nothing doing. I will do chemical engineering, and I will go to NIT. And he did just that. This is clarity. So he did that because he had that clarity in his mind that this is where I want to go, and he did it. So that clarity is very important. So we work on people to get this done. Okay. Then, as you pursue anything, there will be challenges, right? So you need to know how to deal with those challenges. You need to build resilience. That's one more thing. That's one more step in this victory framework where you build resilience. And for everything you do, there's something on planning. We all do planning, right? But here the planning is not just a superficial planning. It's a clear path that you set out for yourself with very clear goals, intermittent goals, and final outcome. With that thing, and backed up by the strong mindset, okay? And of course, when you start out anything, there will be doubts. There will be self-doubts, and there will be doubts coming from external sources. So you need to be in the right company. So Victory Framework has a system where you stay in the right company. And you are guided at every stage. And that's what makes a difference, and that's what makes people victorious. And that's why this is a very powerful program.
So it sounds very very good, Saeed, that a person going through this program, the Victory Framework, they will have better understanding of themselves. What are those things they have collected in their childhood, which the way they have been conditioned, they can overcome their those limiting beliefs, as we call it, and they have better clarity what they want to achieve, right? And they can align themselves to their goal, right? And not just that, they will have guidance of the coaches, and also the community, as you said, right? So I think if people get everything, and go through this program, how much time does it take for a person to complete this program?
Yeah, I would say this is a very comprehensive program. So this is ideally it should take 16 weeks. Is I mean, it's a slow journey, but a consistent journey and a comprehensive journey, right? And as we were talking about in the beginning, one need to have patience and one need to invest himself, his time, his resources to get the results. And it is not a overnight success. It is not something that
You know,
we are not musicians here. And so one need to be ready to put himself, his efforts, and also have patience with himself and with others.
so Saeed, you are saying that you are not magicians, but 16 weeks sounds to me like a magic, because people keep on working on themselves for years and years together and they don't get such results, right? So if they have a desired goal and they can achieve in 16 weeks, or they are even remove those internal challenges or the doubts they have inside, if they can even correct those in 16 weeks, I think it's a miracle in itself. It's a magic, right?
True, right? But the thing is that I have experience. Like, for example, I tell you, we all went to colleges, right? Like that, millions of people have gone to colleges. So, at an average, a degree takes 4 years. 4 long years, right? And 4 long years, every day you've been going to college for like, at least 6 to 8 hours, right? And in the end, what they have a piece of paper and some knowledge, which in most cases is not applied in practical life. But when the same people come out and they face some challenges in life and they approach a coach, and I mean, I see that their patience is less and they expect results very fast, right? That's why I said people need to have patience. 16 weeks is not long, but then for some, because they are already so much frustrated in life, they think that when they start this, things will change dramatically.
Yeah. So that brings us back to the mindset itself, right? So mindset is also the way you see things, right? The way you think about something, the kind of glass you are wearing through which you see the world, right?
Yes.
So who some people may think 16 weeks as a long journey, and some people can take it as a very short and magical uh, journey, right? So it's the perspective how they see it,
Yes.
right? And let 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 us leave it to them. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for joining us,
Sure.
Saeed, and thank you everyone, Siva and everybody, Ubud. Uh, so very soon in India we have uh, festivals coming up. It is going to be a festival week. So happy festivities, everyone. Happy Diwali, and take care. Have fun. Be safe.
See you all again next week, same time, same place.
Bye bye.